Special Operations, Covert Ops, Espionage, The Team House, with your hosts, Jack Murphy and David Park.
Apache's overhead.
Yeah, so we get into that compound, go to sleep, a couple hours, wake up, immediately ICOM chatter. Hey, we see the Americans. We're going to advance for an attack. So I take myself and a handful, probably 5 Americans and probably 10 Afghans. And we leave, we go out, we get about 150 meters out of the compound and get hit pretty hard. We ended up assaulting through the majority of that fire and then maneuvering about a little over 2 kilometers throughout the rest of that afternoon, just fighting and killing dudes. We get to a compound. I'm looking at my Garmin Montana, the sweet GPS. I'm looking at that, so now I can see the full GRG. I know where we are. Like, man, we're really exposed. Like, little over 2K. Like, they've got, if they wanted, like, decent enough freedom of movement in between our 2 elements. So, hey, we'll stop. We use a wall breach through the wall. We're in the compound, and now we're redistributing ammo. We're trying to find water. So we got, water purifiers. We're doing that. And we're redistributing ammo with our commandos. And at the same time, so the one picture I sent you guys where it's got the Misfits, the Fiend skull, and I'm carrying that bladder, that picture is probably 30 seconds before what I'm about to tell you guys. So we're hanging out. We take off all of our gear. I've got 1 or 2 Afghans up on the roof on security. And our Air Force CCT, his name's Sasha, phenomenal operator. He's talking to a British Apache. Hey, we see a guy moving north to south. He's about 100 meters north of you, appears to have a weapon moving directly towards you. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way. I just used 5 pieces of C4, 5 blocks of C4, and blew an entire wall down. Like, they have to know where we are right now. And so I remember I put on my Peltors, and I've got no gear on. I have just my M4 with 1, 2, or 3 round and a full mag. I got 28 rounds and my Peltors on. I'm like, just in case my rooftop security is going to see him and they're just going to dust this guy with a 240. I remember looking out the gate, and I'm like, no shit, there he is. So I look over at a couple of the boys, and I'm like, hey, we'll let him come down once he's in the alleyway, because he was coming through a field. And then it hit 2 compounds and then a big alleyway. I'm like, once he's like 5 or so meters past both compounds, we'll just open the door and we'll dump him, and we'll just, the day continues. Because the thought was then at that point, he can't go left or right. He's channelized. Like, we own this guy. So the British Apache's calling him out. Hey, we see a guy. Well, my interpreter comes up. Hey, Commander Pete. And this bad dude sees him. Bad dude tears off running. So I go chasing out after him. So I've got Peltors, suspenders, a T-shirt, some cry bottoms, and my carbine, and that's it. My buddy Eric, who's our bomb tech, he comes out after me. So we go chasing out after this guy, and now I can see the barrel of his AK. Like, oh, this guy's done. So we get out. We're out in the big field. We're shooting at him, my buddy Eric and I. The guy falls. It's probably like thigh-high poppy at this point. And we can't see him. Eric jumps into the ditch, into this canal that the guy took to go north. So Eric is running towards him, and I'm running directly at this individual. And as I get about probably, maybe 5 meters at the most, at the absolute most, we lock eye contact again. He's on his back. I can see his chest rig now. He's got his AK, and from his back, full on. I have nothing on. Right? And so I see him, and I'm just continuing. I'm looking through my L can, and I'm like, oh no. And I just keep shooting him in the chest. At the same time, unbeknownst to me, this British Apache, hey, I see 3 guys. Oh, they're engaging one another. Oh, they're engaging him at extremely close range. One man has an X on his back. That's me with my suspenders. Hey, we're going to go ahead and hit him. And then my CCT, Sasha, ended up pushing this gun run just slightly north. So back to us on the ground, right? And this is like a company-wide clearing operation. Like, my company commander can hear this. We're out there with a 3rd group team. Like, people know what's up right now. So I'm still advancing forward on this guy. I hear my buddy Eric yell, I'm out of ammo. Because same thing. Yeah. It's totally his Peltors. I hear him yell, I'm out of ammo. So instead of going straight on him, I kind of button hooked around to the side and then just closed and just shot him in the face until I was out of ammo. run out of ammo. And then immediately I'm like, get a picture of this guy. We're about to get hit. And so there's a picture of me like knelt down next to this dude. And then the very next picture is us pinned down in this like small bit of defilade. So now this gun run from the Apache is going off. No kidding, maybe 30 meters to the north. Like terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. The entire tree line is just going off. And I'm looking over at my buddy Eric. We can't make out what it is. And then we're kind of just like, it pauses, it stops, and then all of a sudden the earth just starts spitting up around us. And come to find out, there's a PKM about 125 meters to the north of us.
Oh shit!
Very much locked in on where Eric and I were. Withering fire at this point. Like, I mean, I'm laying on the ground and I can see it, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna hurt. Shit. And then I'm like, all right, well, we can't move without fire. So I remember I like moved up to the guy as he's expiring. Grabbed his AK, reached into his shit, grabbed a fresh mag, reloaded his AK, popped up to a knee and started putting rounds where I thought it was coming from. And then all of a sudden, boo, the whole tree line just erupts. And so now I'm back like pancaked, but now I can see the Apache. I'm like, oh, we're golden. Yeah. I'm like, hey, next gun run, Eric, like next gun run, and definitely not this calm, right? Like, right. We're gonna do it. Like, next gun run, we're going. And so, you know, third gun, so I pop back up, take some shots, and then as soon as that third gun run starts going, we just haul ass back to our compound. By that point, all the boys have all their gear on. They're coming out to try and figure out how to come get us. My buddy James, who is our medic at the time, he's an 18 Delta. He jumps off the roof. Same thing, no gear, just a scar with 10 rounds. He's out there now. You know, so now there's 3 knuckleheads with no gear. This dude that looks like hamburger beef, and this British Apache that's just wanting to just get some.
Right.
So the 3 of us idiots, you know, we run back, do our thing. And I remember, you know, you talk about like stock with your partner nation force and rapport. You know, I'm like wearing this dude's insides, and my commandos are like, Commander Pete, like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a cool story because it works.
Yeah.